welcome back to Jolty Plays! No, I'll advance story. I might end up side questing later though. Do. Okay. I need to go to... Where am I going? The inn at Journey's Head. Meow? Oh. Hello, viewer! Okay. Where am I going? Not that way. I'm going this way? I don't want to fly. This is a new area, so I don't know anything here. Oh look, there's an aether current. Excuse me. Giggle giggle tee hee hee. Elsa is nowhere to be seen, but you spot fresh footprints on the ground, and they look to be about the right size. Okay. Small footprints lead off to the northwest. Footprints continue to the northwest. The footprints curve around to the west. Uh, okay. There are more tracks here, but they end in a mess of disturbed sand.
Get back here! Is that... It can't be.
Oh, wow.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about. I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner. How are you?
I mean, we all float down here, right?
The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived. I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least. When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where one would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal. But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims. Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation. As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters. That great wall of white is a remnant of the flood. 100 years ago, the balance in the first tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam. A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared. For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects. But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations. Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the flood. Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether and triggering the birth of new monstrosities. They are creatures of base instinct that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason. Which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eaters' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
Just a matter of time, more for some, less for others. Those patients will all become monsters in the end. And to add insult to injury, the afflicted are feared, shunned, cast out of society, and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good thing I have to say about this hellish place is that it has served me well as a training ground. Tesleen and the others have also been kind enough to share their knowledge of the Sin Eaters, which is knowledge I can now share with you, while you help me finish my patrol, of course. I think that's gonna be my hat. Here's what we'll do. I'll take the east side of the inn and you clear the west. That way you can have an undiluted experience with the resident terrors. Really? Oh my god! I was in the middle of that. That's stupid. That should not have happened. Oh my god, really? Not you. God, I'm gonna frickin' die. Thank you, dude. You're such a dork, Josh. These marks on your map are where the usual trouble spots are. You can assume that any beast with a white hide or carapace is a sin eater, but you'll know for sure soon enough when they come slavering after your aether. Remember, it's kill or be killed with these monsters. Once you've slain whatever's prowling around out there, we can rendezvous back at the north entrance. Good hunting. Okay. Okay, bye, Kev. Ooh, there's an aether point down there. Give my magic points a chance to regenerate. Wow. Now what are you watching? I guess it was nothing there. Hey, look. The one bird I have. Ah! Ugh. Where did the mole come from? Stupid little mole's gonna kill me. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna die because of the frickin' mole. Lovely. I guess I'm going back to Costa del Sol. Oh my goodness. Boy, it sounds like somebody's getting their arm twisted. You're playing Fall Hunter, guys. This is the event that's supposed to start back up tomorrow. I hope it really does start up tomorrow. How did you fare? Ah, I thought there might be one or two lurking on the fringes. Nothing out of the ordinary for this area. I expect you noticed it yourself, but individually, these lesser sin eaters are no more deadly than any natural predator you might encounter in the desert. It's when they appear in numbers that they pose a threat. Much like the void scent, they have an unfortunate tendency to flock to the strongest of their kind. Thus, when a powerful sin eater goes on the hunt, it might be attended by a veritable swarm of weaker kin. Imagine an army of such creatures descending on a village or a hamlet. That's the basic idea behind my patrols. To cull their ranks often enough that their numbers won't be overwhelming when the big ones come out to play. And you've certainly helped on that front. Can you, like, turn that down or something? Let's report our victories to Tesleen, shall we?
She bought her husband or boyfriend swimming shorts that dissolve in water. That's why she's laughing. He's swimming in the ocean on a beach full of people.
And his shorts have disintegrated.
Shorts disintegrate, yeah.
Or they do and they don't care. You're a ding dong. Yeah. Alize tells me you helped out on her patrol. You have our thanks and my apologies for leading you from one battle to another, ever since the moment we met. In any case, I'm glad to see the two of you found each other. You have no idea how badly Alize has missed your company. Everything is always, if Jolteon were here, she would. That's an exaggeration, and I don't sound like that either. I was simply trying to view matters from another perspective, and I respect Jolteon's methods. Honestly, after seeing her in action, I can understand why. The way she leaps into the fray without hesitation, it really is something to behold. I might be a little smitten myself. Gasp. Hehe, I'm only teasing. I've no doubt she deserves all the admiration she gets, just as you do. I'm streaming and I'm advancing stories, so meh. Meow? Did did you guys not hear me? Go welcome back to Jolte Place? I don't know. I'd love to lay out a welcome meal, but the duties I put off when I went to the market are still waiting for me. There are 101 things that need doing. I'm sorry, but would you mind waiting here with Alize? What? And twiddle our thumbs while you work yourself to death? Surely there's something we can help you with. I could do with a hand, it's true. Thank you. You can start by helping me sort out the larder, Alize. While we do that, could you tend to a few patients, perhaps? There are 3 in particular I meant to visit. It's just a matter of saying a few words to them and seeing that their skin isn't caked in sand. Their names are Pa Nil, Todden, and Halric. They may not give much in the way of a response, but I promise they'll be pleased to meet someone new. Yeah, okay. So, thank you. Did he bring his mic into the shower? Okay, okay. Todd glances up at you blankly, but you notice the tension in his face ease slightly. Okay. Halric remains utterly still as you wipe the sand from his cheek. The texture of his skin has hardened into something akin to plaster. Oh, side quest. You've seen to the patients? How are they? Good, that's good. I knew they would enjoy meeting you. I'm concerned about Helric, though. I'll have to speak with the other carer, but I think his time may be near. We shall leave you to have that discussion then. I was going to take Jolteon to Mord's Sock. If you have any errands there that need doing. Well, I suppose there is one thing. Would you pick up a nectarine from the markets, please? Cassard's caravan just passed through, so Ron should have some fresh fruit. Come then, Jolteon. There's something I want you to see. Right after we stop at Ron's stall, of course. Ow, my earballs. Oh ho, back again, are you? You need another taste of Ron's wares? Actually, we're looking to buy a nectarine. Do you have any in stock? Oh yes, nectarines, peaches, grapes, fresh and juicy. Given how richly you cracked your coin purse with me, I might still owe you food. Here, take this one free of charge. Gods, I've never seen a moored merchant give away something for nothing before. How much coin did you spend here? Oh yes, I'll take a jar of honeyed worms as well. Oh no, they're not for me. It's an offering of sorts. The worms, if you please. Only the best wigglers for you. Come again, my friends. Right. That's our shopping chores taken care of. Let's head up past the Aetherite to the main tower. The view I want to show you can only be seen from its very top. Okay. Here are your precious worms. That buys us a trip to the top of the tower, does it not? Gasp, glazed wigglers, you actually brought them. I really shouldn't let you, but just this once, all right. Only once. Never fails, shall we? So you bring him some honeyed wigglers and he lets you go to the top of the tower. Okay.
Look, over there, where the wall is broken. Do you see what lies beyond? That's what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty white nothingness. Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance. That nectarine you bought, it's Halric's favorite fruit. Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters. But their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true. Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn. Tesleen and the patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals. I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough. But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed? Well, let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons. But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here. And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless. On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
Sad. That is sad. That is like super sad. I just got the nectarine. I just got the nectarine. That's sad what they're gonna use it for. That's sad. I'm glad I was able to show you when it comes to understanding catastrophe which befell of the empty wasteland beyond the wall. It was more than an hour of Uno's lecture. And I need you to know beyond a doubt that Tesleen has her choice. Green will be a kindness. It isn't just the threat posed to others. When a person becomes an eater, the pain appears to be excruciating. The carers are truly fond of their wards and would spare them that suffering. It is their way of fighting back against a fate worse than death. There are so many side quests. This is driving me buggy. There are so many. Look at them all. I know, right? Schulte's struggling, okay? The side quests. I heard an echo. Those hands are weird. I don't like them. You're back. I hope you had a nice time. Did you manage to find a nectarine? Thank you. Alize's explained why I wanted this, has she? I can see it in your eyes. But we may not need it just yet. I spoke with the others, and we've decided to keep an eye on Halric for now. Thanks to you, though. If his time does come suddenly, we'll be ready to send him on his way with the taste of happier days. Well, Well, nothing is going to happen for a little while yet, so let's see if we can't lighten the mood. We don't want our gloomy faces worrying the patients. I think it's time for that welcome meal, don't you? Take a seat and I'll make us a nice stew. Yay! Stew! I like stew!
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs.
I'll have another bowl then!
That's what I like to hear. Give me a moment to warm up the pot.
I mean, if they went through all the trouble to make it...
In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get. I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs.
What was
I knew there
that?
was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here. Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death. When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one. It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
The Warrior of Darkness?
I do. I don't use it, my husband does. Because technically I have it. I just don't use it. My husband does. So does my daughter.
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrent could tell you a version of it. Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea. Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
they're coming.
Desleen! Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Oh dear. I don't like this at all. Jolteon, Alizate, we have to go look for Halric. I don't know what's gotten into him, but if he's wandering out there alone, we'll assign search areas and split up. Any idea where he might be headed? No, he's never done anything like this before, but it can't be a coincidence that the other patients are suddenly so agitated. They can sense something. In any case, let's keep the search close to the inn. Halric isn't very sure on his feet, so he won't have gone far. I'll search the east side. Please, Halric, please be alright. I'll cover the north and west, and then you take everything from here to the south. Okay, so I'm going to the south. That is terrible. That is terrible. That's not even nice. Oh my god. Will you guys knock it off? You see no sign of Halric. Maybe he went farther west. You scan your surroundings in search of Halric, and suddenly find yourself under attack. I mean, I recognize the name. Poor baby. No, that's a poor scared baby. Oh, come on. No, I don't know that one. Oh, come on! What? Okay. The chocobo will help.
Any sign of him? No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will. Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones. Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it! There it is! Is that... Oh no! Ulrich! We have to run! Tessie! No!
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it. The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain. Mother, I...
Oh, that's sad. Oh, that's super sad. That's sad. Sad face. Oh, that's super sad. I'm sorry, Jolteon. I tried to tell the carriers what happened, but I can't be the shoulder they lean on. Not like this. What? I was reading Alizé's response, not mine. I'm streaming, you ding dong. Because I'm usually in a party when I stream. I don't like doing these things by myself, so I'm always in a party. I am discussing things with you guys as well, am I not? That's why the party's always muted. I know better. What? You need me to check my phone. The voices in my head are telling me to check my phone. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that after the stream, because I can get in trouble just for the music. Sob, it's so unfair. Tesseline was always so cheery with the patients, telling them not to be scared, that there wouldn't be any pain. Of all the people in the world to suffer. I imagine you're just as shocked as the rest of us, so I appreciate what you're doing here. Me, I don't have the words. Without a body, we can't even give her a proper burial. And she cared about that sort of thing, about giving people the chance to say their goodbyes. Excuse me. Alaric is as unresponsive as ever. He stands motionless, staring up at the sky, where the Scent Eaters made their escape. I've spoken with the carers. Thank you. What you're doing, it means a lot to them, to me. Sorry to interrupt. We realized we hadn't thanked you for rescuing Halric. You weren't hurt at all, were you? Hurt? There wasn't even a fight. I was too late, too slow, and I thought I could protect you. You can't blame yourself for things beyond your control. You brought Halric back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. I'm sorry, but I've come to a decision. I won't be continuing in my role here. I hope you will forgive me for leaving you, and that you will delay Halric's last meal for as long as you possibly can. Not until it's too late, of course. Just give him what time you can. We always do. Of course, she would have done the same. Farewell, Halric. Keep Tesseline's words close to your heart. Aww. Wait, you leaving this very moment? I understand how you must feel, but surely this is a bit hasty. Do you even have anywhere to go? I have a destination in mind, yes, and a purpose. This damned light, building without cease. It's the reason we can't save those corrupted by the eaters. But what if we corrected the balance? Even if it were only little by little, even if it took years, it would surely make things better. Now hold on there. Everyone knows there's too much light, but how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have to change the whole world. That's right. We should return to the Crystarium. I may not be able to repel the eaters on my own, but I can still use the skills I have gained here to hurt them. I mean, Esteban always has me muted, so meh. Alright, so it looks like we're going back to the Crystarium, but we have to go meet with Alizé up here first. I think they're gonna have me go all the way back to where I first got here and go back that way. Come back here and take on the look for the aether points and everything later. Meow. I can't hear Simon either. Meow. Hmm? Oh, that's the... Search the nooks, search the crannies, search high, search low. Oh, sorry, I did not see you there. Are you lost? Oh, this is the son I'm supposed to send back. Father says I must rest. That will not do. No, no, I will stop, but not yet. I need something to show for my efforts. All the scrabbling, all the searching, and still no shinies. You came here to tell me to stop, but if I refuse, your job will not be finished, will it? That will not do either. Wait, I have an idea. If you help me find shinies, my job will be over. Your job will be over, and I can rest. Simple, yes? Oh, this is a Aether quest that I picked up, I think. Look under that rubble and find whatever there is to be found. Maybe it will be valuable, maybe not. Either way, let us keep searching until we get at least one shiny. Shiny, 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 shiny. I like shinies. Fails to yield any shinies. Fails to yield any shinies. Of course, it's going to be the last one, right? I found a signet ring! Yay, we found a shiny. Look, I found a shiny. What did you find? Not more rubble, I hope. I found a ring. Oh, this looks very special. Such pretty patterns. I have never seen one like it before. But how much is it worth? I am an expert in finding shinies, not a historian. Perhaps we should ask someone. Once we sell it, we will divide the profits between us. We worked as a team, so half for you, half for me. Fair is fair. Okay. Are you having problems? I wouldn't know. Simon has me muted. Oh. Nat typed? I couldn't stay there a moment longer. But I was serious about what I said. While the men and women at the inn battle against the blight with kindness, I must fight in my own way with steel. Miss Alize, is there anything I can get you? Your swiftest Amero. I need to return to the Crystarium immediately. As you wish. Okay. I now have Alize and Alphino at the Crystarium. Josh fell asleep. He's watching a show and he fell asleep. Surprised? No, not really. Remind me to wear goggles if we ever fly over Orang again. I've barely gotten the sand out of my eyes. But the wind did help to clear my head at least. Hey look, it's a boy. I think I'm ready to meet with the Exarch. We need to talk about how we're going to wipe the Sin Eaters out, shall we? I want to just summon... There, he's back. See? Yes. Very. I am sad when people mute me. I don't care. I know. I'm just messing with you. Oh, come on. Now everybody else is gonna pick on you, Simon. No! No! Thank you for seeking me out, Jolteon. It meant a lot to have you there at my side. Looking at Alphino, I'd say he's as eager to begin this discussion as I am. I say we lay our experiences before the Exarch and step back to see what kind of picture they make. Then we can decide where we go from here. We need to get the others! We have to get the others!
And so you return. Have you gained a better understanding of the crisis now faced by the First?
Better is not the word I would use. Some lands may have been spared the flood, but the survivors live only to suffer. There seems no end to the horrors inflicted by the Sin Eaters.
Indeed. Those abominations are a calamity in their own right. And I can well imagine how hopeless the task of eradicating them must seem to you. But after countless battles and untold sacrifice, we have identified a potential weakness. Sin Eaters are drawn to serve the strongest of their kind, a class of creature we call Light Wardens. And from what we have been able to ascertain, only a handful of these entities exist. Just as an ant colony will perish in the absence of its queen, we believe that the death of a Light Warden will cause the lesser creatures within its sphere of influence to disperse.
I have a feeling Yulmore might have something to say about any concerted action we take against these monsters. Vorthra's command over the Sin Eaters is integral to Yulmoran society. In seeming to guarantee his people's safety, it guarantees their obedience. He will not take kindly to us depriving him of such useful allies.
Agreed. Thus we will need to occupy or otherwise divert his forces whilst we proceed with the business of eliminating the Wardens. Until we have done so, all other considerations must be set aside if we are to forestall the 8th Umbral Calamity.
Are you sure that eliminating the Wardens will be enough? I'm not sure I follow.
Your uncertainty is understandable, given the circumstances. Perhaps a more detailed explanation is in order. To begin at the beginning, then. In the ancient past, a single star was divided into 14 worlds. This is the source, your home. These others are the 13 shards, in whose number we find the first. Though physically separate, they retain a connection to each other, and with the source especially. Now, let us assume that a given element in one of the shards attains abnormal ascendancy. Just as water will flow from the highest point to the lowest, the excess energy will begin trickling into the source. And such an influx of ether will of course exert a palpable influence. If the element in question were fire, then drought and wildfires might ensue. If it were ice, one might expect the weather to turn bitterly cold. As ether continues to pour in, such phenomena will become more and more extreme, until eventually, a single, untimely event triggers a disaster which cracks the barrier dividing the two worlds. What was once a trickle now becomes a deluge, sweeping the shard along to be rejoined with the source. At the same time, the element which held sway in the shard is unleashed in full, its energies amplifying the original disaster to truly catastrophic proportions. An earthquake thus magnified might strike with enough force to shatter continents. A tidal wave might swell to a size capable of drowning entire nations. These devastating events are what we refer to as umbral calamities. 7 times has a calamity befallen the source. 7 times has a shard been absorbed.
So there are 6 left.
At present, the light-drowned realm of the First stands perilously close to meeting the conditions for a rejoining. It is the Sin Eaters who are to blame for the Light's continued dominance. In addition to attracting their lesser kin, the Light Wardens I mentioned earlier radiate ether, saturating every corner of their territory with light. Even here in the flood-spared region of Northrend, their influence is strong enough to banish night from the sky. Thus, if we are to restore balance to the First and head off a potential calamity, it is imperative that we put each and every Light Warden to the sword.
We've been doing our best to take the fight to the enemy ever since we first heard the Exarch's explanation.
Though we have yet to claim any meaningful victories if truth be told. Apart from being confoundingly elusive, the Light Wardens possess a troublesome quality which compelled us to delay our plans until such time as you arrived.
Forgive the interruption, my lord, but Hallminster Switch is requesting reinforcements. They say the Sin Eaters are attacking in force, and the village could soon be overrun.
Alert the guard. We should be prepared in case the fighting reaches the Crystarium. You have command of our forces in the field, Captain, but hold off on entering the town until I arrive. That goes for Alphino and Alize as well.
My lord.
Pray, lend us your strength. Such a fight will provide you with far greater insight than any explanation I could offer.
Hallminster Switch is in the north of Lakeland, so we had best make haste with our preparations. In fact, meet me outside the Crystarium at the crossroads northwest of the Ascensor Gate, and I shall lead you there myself. Okay. To the crossroads! Meow? What? To reduce congestion, the area you are about to enter has been divided into multiple identical instances? Okay. No preference. just spit me out randomly. Will it let me go this way? Yay. Okay, so there's another crystal over there. I'm supposed to go there? I wonder if it'll let me go over there. Fly. I wanna fly away. I mean, the purple trees are pretty, but the light kind of hurts my eyes. Oh wow, that's a cool looking dragon. Oh my. Wow. You see, that's not nice. Oh, they let me by. Okay. I think there were only the 2 crystals. Okay. Meow.
Yeah! Everybody in the 213, put your motherfucking hands up!
I love you, Daddy. You're so cute.
I'll be cleaning up after you're done.
All set. If we follow this road north, we will arrive at the northern staging point. The village itself lies not far beyond. Quickly now. Okay. My carbuncle. I love my carbuncle. Do do do. Okay. Are we getting a dungeon? Is that what we're getting? Holminster's switch is past these gates and through the woods. 'Tis not exactly a near neighbor to the Crystarium, but as we occupy the same region, we have built up something of a cooperative relationship. What can we expect inside, Captain? The town is beset by a swarm unlike any we have seen in recent years. We did our best to evacuate the villagers, but as many as half remain. Judging by the number of eaters present, we have good reason to believe that a light warden leads the attack. How convenient. It seems we'll have our chance to slay a warden sooner than we expected. One does not simply slay a warden. Has no one told you what happens if you defeat one of those fiends? They hold more light inside them than all of their underlings put together. It can be struck down, aye, but its essence won't dissipate like the weaker kind. Vile aether will billow outwards and envelop the nearest living being, a reckless young swordsman perhaps, and turn her into a brand new warden. Ah, well, you can leave that particular quandary to us. I must ask that the guards stand down and allow us to engage the eaters alone. Concentrate on the survivors. We must save every life we can. But what if... Understood, my lord. As captain of the guard, however, I will not watch you brave such danger without the escort from our ranks. I insist that I go with you. Very well, then our warden slaying party shall include myself, the Levelures, Captain Lena, and last but not least, a formidable group indeed. Into Holminster we go. Once we reach the Light Warden, do not hold back. We strike to kill. The instance dungeons encountered in the Shadowbringers main scenario quests can be completed solo, alongside a supporting party of NPCs. To make use of this feature, simply speak with one of your NPC companions near the entrance to the instance and select the options to form a party. When forming a party, you will need to follow the same role restrictions imposed when using a duty finder. Alternatively, you can find party members via the duty finder as usual and complete the instance with fellow players instead. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna complete it with fellow players. That is cool though that you can select a party. So what? She's probably like the tank. What? I believe I am, yes. The bunny girl? Oh, well, I didn't know what she was. So, bunny girl is a dancer. I didn't know that. So the guy with the crystal arm, is he the tank then? Okay. I'm a DPS, and Alize and Alphinaud are both DPSers. Oh, Alphinaud is the healer. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Well, I would probably just run it with the duty finder, but I've only got 10 minutes left, so there's no way I'm doing that right now in my stream. Yeah, I'm probably done for the day with streaming anyway. I'm going to go, I don't know, do something else. I advanced story like I said I would. So yeah, stay crazy, have a great day, night, evening, morning, whatever it is when you're watching this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so that you can get notifications whenever I'm streaming. Check out the website in the description if you want any Jolty merch or anything. And I'll see you in the next video.